Well, good morning. Welcome to Double Talk. My name is Mark Steffen.
Test. Oh, and I'm Michael Mandel.
You sure about that?
I tested. I tested positive for being Michael Mandel. Yes.
I see.
went to the doctor. He took my blood, and he said, "This is your blood." I said, "Well,
Yeah. Did you know
proves
that?
it's me."
Oh, did you know that you're in high def?
My urine.
Because to watch Michael, you either have to be high or deaf.
Did you use that last time?
I don't remember.
I haven't seen you in so long.
That's true.
We've
been off a couple of
Teddy.
weeks. We have been off a couple of weeks.
That's
We'll
right.
admit that. But we're back this week anyway.
Teddy Sanchez was, or Aspen Sanchez was filling in.
You filled in once, and
Twice
then we were off
for me.
Then we had a couple of reruns on.
And he's been busy because he's been in. Oh, we're going to talk about it later. My big fat gay wedding.
He's in that. We'll get
Is
to
it my
that
big
later.
Fat gay wedding.
And
That's what it
you know, I also wanted to say welcome back to Lita Lujan, my hair person. She's been on sick leave for a while, but she's back.
What'd she
And
do?
so
Throw
welcome
up
back,
over here?
Lita. She gave me a haircut. And,
I hope she feels better.
and
Because
well,
after looking at your hair, she must have been really sick.
you needed a cut. It hadn't been cut since she'd been gone. You know, so
Lita, do you want to do my hair too?
So thanks,
Just tell
Lita.
Mark
Welcome back.
I'll come over. You do a great job on him. I mean, considering what you're
what
giving.
you have to work with.
Yes, so it's pretty good considering. And I understand you totally. What are we talking about? Oh, there's so many things.
Speaking of her, you know, it's last week was Women's Equality.
We're supposed to talk about this. Speaking
Day.
of this
Oh, yeah,
piece
that.
of work was done by an actual woman. This is by Jill
Somoza.
and it's made out of. That's really nice.
It's secret.
It's a see-through plastic that looks awesome and has a lot of glare. She's got tons of them. She makes lots of them.
They're all different shapes and configurations.
Great color, great movement.
Can they buy them?
And you can buy them. Call us up.
Where can we buy them?
Call Jill Somoza, 522-1119.
Is she in the phone book?
She's in the phone book under Joe Somoza.
Yeah.
But we're not here to sell things.
We get a commission, right?
But I love her stuff. I have two pieces in our house, and we're using this for a silent auction, and it works pretty good. So which way are you going? Anyway, so if you like Jill's work, and she does many faceted things. That's one of her simpler ones. But she does amazing things, and she's been in a number of galleries in town. You can go look at them.
Well, you can tell by looking at this what an artistic touch she really does have.
Not only does she do these great shapes, but she puts together a lot of great colors and movement within the shape. So I can't say enough about her.
Yeah.
Because, you know.
Well, we like her stuff. We like her.
Do. Her husband writes poems, but, you know, can't sell poetry, can you?
Not around
Except as a
here.
book. No. Anyway, thank you, Jill Somoza, for being our featured artist. And, you know, we used to have these pictures of imaginary spaces or whatever. The art works pretty well.
Well, you know, sometimes we do our show in an art gallery, don't we? When we do our secret tastings.
We do when we go. We can't tell you who does the secret tasting rooms, but we will. I've been putting my videos. I think they're on something called Daily Motion.
Yeah.
The only our alcohol shows.
Oh.
Those are the best ones.
Well, we like to talk a lot about drinks,
We do.
cocktails, and food on this show.
Food.
And restaurants and cuisine, and we like to consider ourselves foodies,
No, we don't. We like to eat.
but we're really just gourmands.
Yes.
And
Not
we
gourmets.
have to say farewell to a restaurant I kind of liked. Mrs. AJ's A Taste of Soul
We
restaurant.
did a lot of work with them.
Went out of business.
We went to visit them. We talked to
did.
them.
We featured her
ate
on the
a lot.
show.
There I am, Mrs. AJ's.
We took footage there. We had it on the show,
And she had good fried chicken. We tried to promote them. We promoted them a little, perhaps not enough. Next door to her is it's still the Good Luck Cafe, which I've been going to recently because they have pretty good food too.
across the street from that was
There's
it changed ownership.
yes.
It was
Chalas,
Mariscos. No, it was.
Mamma Mia Charos or something. But I don't go there.
They don't advertise, so nobody even knows who they are or where or that they're open.
But lots of places that don't advertise are there. El Patron, for one. Think about El Patron.
Well, I go by. I don't see many
You don't
cars
go there
there.
because they don't have too many cars. They just did a 2-for-1, I guess, with the newspaper. I don't know if that brought them.
I did see that.
And they did have a review in, I think, the paper talking about they have great brisket. So, you know, what happens, and this is probably what happened with Mrs. AJ's. Mrs. AJ's had some really interesting stuff. The fried chicken and waffles fried chicken by itself was pretty good fried chicken, but I guess the competition with fried chicken is too great, and there's too much of a commitment to go find Mrs. AJ's, go sit there.
Well, the parking was a problem. I think she only had 6 spaces.
But still, no, she had space around the back.
Well, not much. It was hard to get to, and you could park on the street nearby. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So you walk 100 feet. But she didn't advertise like so many restaurants in town, and people just don't think to go there. It's not on the tip of their brain when it's time to go out to eat.
I
And
remember we used to talk about Rasco's a lot. They never advertised, and they're doing pretty well.
Well,
you know, location.
he said they're going to advertise, though. I talked to him recently.
They have really good sandwiches. I think, you know, the Mesilla Valley barbecue place.
Yes.
Did you ever go there?
On Loman?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
It's kind of new. I saw that they just started having either Friday prime rib special or Saturday prime rib special. So you know that they're competing and trying to get people in to eat at night because they, I think, have a liquor license. You know, the
Beer and wine, yeah.
But
I had lunch at Chachi's the other day in Doniana for the first time.
where's that? Doniana. That's it. Isn't that our county? That's a whole county.
That's 9 miles north of Las Cruces.
But it's a whole county.
Now, the town,
And
the
it's
village.
specific to?
Village, it used to be the county seat, and of the county. Anyway, I had a nice lunch there at Chachi's in Doniana. They have beer, and
Oh, they do. The Chachi's on Locust has beer too. Chachi's on Locust is pretty good.
I don't know. They used to be on campus too. At the
You
food
know, they're
courts.
well run. They're very efficient. The people who work there, and perhaps Mrs. AJ's didn't have, because we only went there in the beginning. Everybody was really interested in the beginning because it was new and different.
Yeah.
And then you just sort of fritter away. The places I keep going to, the help are very efficient and
Yes.
you know.
Well, I noticed Chachi's did an interesting thing. I ordered a chili relleno. They didn't stuff the relleno with the cheese. They just put the cheese on top of put the cheese right on top of the chili, and melted it in place.
Did they de-seed the chili? They take the seeds out?
Not all of them.
Well, no, nobody takes all the ones out.
There was still some in
Did
there.
they gut it? I mean, they had to gut the seeds.
It was, yeah, they did. They did that.
Did you think that made it better, having the cheese on top rather than inside?
It didn't seem to make much of a difference.
I guess it wouldn't.
It really didn't.
So we once went to Ciro's at the time. Now it's called Giro's.
Yes.
And a friend of mine brought her friend from Florida, who's very picky and whatever. And we love the chili rellenos at Ciro's. And we gave her the chili rellenos, and she was there cutting, and she's going, you know, this would be a lot easier to eat if they cut it up for you.
The same with steaks,
Chili
I'm sure.
rellenos. Well, steaks, I don't know, maybe there's something satisfying about cutting a piece of meat, but cutting a chili relleno,
What?
she thought it should be chopped, like maybe like a
salsa?
salad or something. I don't
Oh,
know.
well, obviously.
Chili rellenos are great. I have to go back. I haven't been there for a while.
Okay. I'm
Oh,
willing
but
to
if you
try
have a
that.
restaurant, you can advertise here.
Yeah, that's true, and that's why so many restaurants in this town go under. They don't
That's
advertise.
why they don't advertise. Maybe not here, but other places.
Well,
or
they-
their
it is-
food isn't enough to keep bringing people
I know.
back.
And you know, right here on the Las Cruces channel, it is the best deal in town. Your advertisements go a long ways for your dollars.
On TV.
And you can take the commercial that we run, you can take it to other stations and run it there too.
Can you?
Once you have it.
Oh.
But you have to have it, and we'll make it for you.
That's it. Probably cheaper than going to Comcast, having them do it.
I had lunch yesterday at Fidencio's on Telshore.
I usually like
I hadn't eaten
Fidencio's.
there in a long time. I had the chicken torta. I'm on the lookout for the best torta in town.
That's an
Theirs is not the
interesting
best.
niche.
It's not the best by far. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't the best. They did not put any avocado on it, and I have to have
Torta means sandwich, doesn't it? It's a sandwich with chicken in it, right?
or whatever
How
you
does
want.
that make it Mexican-y? I mean, I know tortas are good, but do you think you go to
Well-
a Mexican restaurant, you want like a tortilla?
Well, it's
Not a
it's,
torta.
It's
A
usually
torta.
it's spiced chicken or beef or whatever,
Yes.
and with guacamole, so and salsa. If you want that on there, I just love it, and I put a lot of salsa on my torta. I'd have to give this torta a 6.
I hear your torta needs a lot of sauce.
And so
A 6.
A 6.
Who had a better torta? Name somebody. There's a place that just sells tortas on Solano, right?
Miguel's makes a better torta.
Really?
Yeah.
And then there's also a place on Picacho that was
Picacho?
tortas. That was
Yeah.
in a gas station.
I'm not that big a fan of theirs. Hey, what's it called?
I don't remember.
Somebody's tortas.
And you once tried to get a sardine torta in Faux Saigon, didn't you?
I did, and they were out of sardines. Can you imagine?
Or yeah, maybe they never had them. But I think they had them because I've asked
They just,
when I go there.
Well, they don't call it a torta. They just call it a sandwich or
A sandwich?
a
yeah.
bin ma.
I don't
What's
know.
the word?
I always just get pho because I can spell it, even though I can't pronounce it.
Bun ma.
Bun ma? Bun
We'll have
hung?
to go have one to find
Bun
out
hung?
what it's really called.
Anyway.
Speaking of salsa,
yes.
we have a salsa fest coming up this weekend.
What do you mean we, white man?
All of us have a
Oh.
salsa fest.
Ah.
Whiter man.
White. Oh, you're a little redder right
And,
now. But that's the white balance, you know.
Yes, that's the Irish in me.
Yes.
Or
the Native American. Maybe a Native American.
The salsa fest we have it now every year. It's a growing
You
attraction
like that?
we
What,
have here.
3 years ago was it when you really got sick, or was that 4 years?
I did
ago?
get food
About
poisoning at the
3.
salsa fest about 3 years ago. It's true.
But you know, what do? You just go there, eat salsa? I mean, I like salsa.
You taste salsa. You pay
How many different vendors?
$10. Oh, about 30.
30? That's a lot of salsa to eat.
Yeah. Well, you just take a sample, and then the ones you like, you can buy a jar from them.
Although really good salsa is really worth it,
And there's also food vendors that are going to be there. The green chili patty wagon will be there.
as usual. You know, when I first came to town and go to parties, people would say, "How do you like my salsa?" I said, "It's really good." And they say, "Well, I have a secret that I can't tell. I'm not going to tell you, but it's cilantro."
Cilantro. But don't tell anybody else.
No, it's a secret. The secret to making salsa, cilantro. It's a good secret.
And there's raw, there's raw salsas and there's cooked salsas. Salsa cruda.
And what would the difference be? Oh, one's cooked and one's not.
One's cooked and one's raw. So there's
Crudo.
two different kinds. Like a pico de gallo is raw.
Yeah.
And they're
I
two
like
different
it,
things.
You know, and it depends. I don't want to say anything about Ciro's again, but I love their salsa.
I'm
really
not a big
good.
fan of their salsa.
Well, we have different tastes. You
No.
probably like Nellie's salsa.
It's been so long since I've been to Nellie's, I think I do like it.
Yeah, you would.
I like a restaurant with a salsa bar where they have a selection of salsas, like Miguel's,
Or like the
like
old,
Andalays.
yeah, that's good.
They have
And
salsa
what
bars.
about the ranch? Remember?
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Pro
Pro
Ranch.
Ranch.
They had a nice salsa bar.
I like that place.
I'm sorry they're gone.
I'm sad about that. Anyway, enough about.
Anyway,
yes,
Saturday,
here we
Sunday,
are.
today, and tomorrow is Salsa
We have to
Fest.
be relevant here.
And
We
you
have
can-
to be relevant.
People can vote on their favorite salsa, and those people win money. Now, it used to be,
Do they have a Trump salsa?
I don't know.
A Hillary salsa?
I doubt
A
it.
Bernie salsa?
Well, maybe
Maybe
some burn.
some of them are Bernie.
Feel the burn.
Yes. Feel the Bernie.
Now, I hear that
He
vendors...
should be here. All these candidates, there's like 20 people running for Republican president. There's 4 people running for Democratic, if we don't count Biden. They could be here with salsa. That would get, the entire Hispanic crowd.
That's true.
And what would Trump say about that?
He probably couldn't stand the hot food.
He can't even eat pizza right. You've seen that thing on Jon Stewart show where he tries to eat pizza
With a
and
fork?
he eats it with a fork and he piles one piece on top of the other. He says, "This is how I eat pizza."
Okay.
And Jon Stewart goes nuts because he says, "You put the other piece of pizza on the other slice and it heats it up and you lose all the crispness from the crust and it
That's
becomes
right.
a soggy pizza. How can you call that a pizza?"
That's right. But here, I understand the vendors at the Salsa Fest have to pay a lot of money to win just $500. And they have to buy a packet for $150, and they have to have a permit to do business there.
You heard that from the producer.
I heard that
yes.
from our producer who
But
looked into it.
Yeah, but we're not sure. We would follow that up. We're going to follow that
And he
up.
didn't think it was worth it. But we'll be down there today and talking to some of those vendors. And if you see us, come up and say hello. We'd like to talk to you.
Yes, and hear your opinions. I never went there because I figured I can't take 30 different salsas and retain a Jewish stomach. It
Well-
would be converted. My stomach would be converted.
Drink some milk first,
Is that what you do?
or milk with magnesia, maybe, in your case.
That would be good start for it.
let's take a break.
We have to take a break?
We do.
No, we don't have to take a break yet.
yeah, we do.
I think we got a minute.
Let's go ahead and take that break.
Do you want to take a break?
Before we start into a new topic.
Break, and then we'll come back when you're ready.
Right. We'll be back after
We'll
these
just
words.
twiddle our thumbs.
Attention users of the blood-thinning drug Xarelto. If you or a loved one has been hospitalized or died from serious internal bleeding after taking Xarelto, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call the Sentinel Group now. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of Xarelto who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys are ready to help fight for you. You won't pay a thing until your case is settled. Call the Sentinel Group now. Don't wait.
Have you or a loved one suffered complications after uterine surgery from the use of a power morcellator? If so, call the Sentinel Group now. You may be entitled to significant compensation. The FDA estimates that 1 in 350 women undergoing a myomectomy or hysterectomy have unsuspected sarcoma or cancer in the uterus. The Sentinel Group's experienced network of attorneys have years of experience fighting big medical companies and is ready to fight for you. So if you've developed uterine cancer, call the Sentinel Group now for a free confidential consultation.
Welcome to La Buena Vida Women's Club, located away from the crowds but close to home. Come in throughout the day for Jazzercise, the world's dance fitness leader for nearly 40 years. Treat yourself to a relaxing massage, or unwind in the lounge area or outside on the balcony with friends. La Buena Vida Women's Club, located and designed with women in mind. For information, call Diane at 650-9721.
Fiesta Motors. Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there. Celebrate Fiesta Motors, where buying a car is always a celebration.
And we're back. This is Double Talk. Mark Steffen.
Michael Mandel. And you had a mother, right?
As far as I remember.
Did she ever vote?
Did she vote? She did vote.
Was she adamant about who she voted for?
Well, seems to be. She's adamant about me voting when I came of age.
And my mother was adamant about who my father voted for. And she voted herself because she had the right to vote by the time, she was around.
She had the right to vote for whomever your dad told her to vote for?
No, my dad had the right to vote for whoever she told him to or not eat. But she had that right because 95 years ago, women finally got the right to vote.
The right to vote.
I mean, the right to influence your husband is not enough.
Who took away the right in the first place?
They never even had it. Who gave men the right to vote?
Exactly.
Men. I mean, really, the Greek men from 2000 BC.
So when they founded the country, the men said, all right, we get to vote, just us.
Yes.
Just us white men is all who gets to vote.
Who owned land?
Oh, yeah.
Landowners.
Landowners. Who paid property taxes, right?
I guess that's how they did it.
And then the women got to vote.
The question was when we look at the Constitution. It's you can't breach the Constitution yet, and the Republicans look at the Constitution as a solid document. Yet they want to constantly make amendments. Make amendments to breach
when things aren't going their way.
Yeah, so they do that. But yeah, the Constitution didn't necessarily allow for women to vote, or blacks, in fact.
Right. Well, the blacks had to wait quite a bit longer to vote.
And Chinese could vote. And it doesn't matter that just the blacks couldn't vote.
Well, right.
Yes,
and,
so that we needed equality for everybody. Well, we're glad that women have the right to vote.
Thanks to the
and
19th
they should have the
Amendment.
right to control their own bodies as well and do what they want with whatever their bodies. Because one thing about the difference between men and women, men could go and have sex whenever they want, and they never get pregnant.
Yeah, really?
Did you know that? Although you've heard a close call where you almost got pregnant.
I thought the difference between men and women was the fact that men like the Three Stooges and women don't. That's the basic difference, as far as I can
That's
tell.
one of the differences, and also men sweat like crazy and women don't. Nor do they fart.
When they
is
work
what I
out?
understand. Or what about when they roller skate?
When they roller skate, I bet they do work up a sweat.
You think so?
Because it's quite an aerobic activity, and they fall down a lot.
When would women roller skate?
Well, they're doing it tonight at
What?
8 p.m.
What? That's outrageous. Women roller skating?
Yes.
They might have a right to vote, but who gave them the right to roller skate?
Well-
Not us men. Well, maybe us men did, because that's a pretty good, fun thing.
Well, you can go watch them tonight.
Maybe I will.
It's a flat track roller derby.
Oh, because it doesn't have
It's not on
steep.
the banked
Yeah, it makes it
track.
a little bit faster, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, and it probably hurts more to fall down.
I think it hurts more to fall down on a straight one, because you're going straight. So where do they play? Do you have any info on this?
Well, it's over at Meerscheidt, the recreational center
Really?
on Hadley tonight at 8 o'clock.
I hope they have insurance.
And I think it's just $10 to get in. And you can see all those women sweat, a roller derby, and they
These are
elbow each other.
Elbows.
And it's like the professional wrestling for women.
Except there's no mud. Oh wait, does professional wrestling have mud?
No, that's mud wrestling.
Oh, Divas. That's on TV, right?
Oh.
They're women wrestlers.
Anyway, that's what's going on tonight. After you go to the Salsa Fest, you can go watch the women roller skate and beat each other up.
And just don't get knocked in the stomach by an elbow, because your salsa won't like it.
Right. So from the women
So we were talking about women. What's next? You said camper van Beethoven. What's the connection between women roller skating and camper van Beethoven?
Well, because you go from the women to Pinos Altos. You know, the village of Pinos Altos?
Oh, I didn't know what you were talking about.
No, Michael, get your mind out of the gutter.
I don't know. First of all,
the village of Pinos Altos.
Pinos Altos.
Pinos Altos, just north of
that
Silver City.
Pine?
Well, it's higher up in the mountains than Silver City is.
What a weird thing. Camper van Beethoven.
5 miles away from Silver City.
You don't remember anything about camper van Beethoven?
I remember a song from Camper Van Beethoven from years ago. I thought they were a one-hit wonder, but apparently they're pretty big in Europe still. I guess they're on the comeback trail. I don't know. But
maybe they got into their camper and they came here.
And so anyway, they're going to be playing. They've come all the way over here to play. They'll be joining Cracker.
If we have a picture of Cracker,
we do.
I bet it's different. I bet.
No, not that kind.
That's a
Cracker.
That's a saltine.
There we go. It's
think
salt-free.
It could be them. Cracker seems more suited to Pinos Altos. They're more of a country.
Isn't there a band called Uncle Cracker also?
I don't know.
Uncle Cracker?
I don't know. I don't even know about the name, the thing Cracker.
I'm not familiar with Cracker, but they're
good excuse to go to Pinos Altos.
Yeah, sure.
It's
Why
a nice
not?
place. They have a great restaurant.
They
have that great opera hall.
The opera house where they're going to be performing.
Yeah, that's
sure.
very good.
It's very historical up there.
I like that place.
It is.
And Silver City's nice too.
Now,
I'm just.
And that's at 7 p.m. And it's.
You can make it if you leave now.
Yes. 7
You can't
p.m.
read what's next.
It's $20 to get in. By the way.
$20.
Yeah. Now.
It's worth it.
I heard.
What?
The jig is up. I heard.
The jigger?
The jig is up. We had a bank robbery. Cheese it, the cops.
Again. Oh, cheese it from the crackers? You go from cracker to cheese
right.
it the cops? That was a good segue if you used it as a segue. That's kind of interesting because it showed pictures of the guy who robbed the bank.
He didn't try to disguise himself.
Afterwards, he did try to disguise himself. He put his sunglasses on his head.
Yeah.
You gonna do that?
Here's me disguising myself. You can't tell it's me, can you?
Teddy? Is that you, Teddy?
He didn't even bother to put them on.
Teddy?
You know?
I know, to disguise him. But he's a guy, John Allen Pearsall from Denver. That's why he thought he wouldn't be recognized here, because he's from Denver.
It's only 5'3", apparently.
That's not very tall.
No.
No.
You know,
unless that's 5'6" or 7, because that's 2-inch markings.
No. Ever go to the
That means his ear is 2 inches. You would say his ear is an inch.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You know, you see
I go there, I take my kid there to measure them.
You go to Pickwick or any convenience store, right at the door they have that height measurement, so that when they're robbed, they look at the guy running out the door and they can tell the cops how tall the guy was.
The other thing is, you know, when they showed everybody, when they showed that guy, or anybody, in fact, when they've robbed a bank, the camera always comes from on top. So I think the picture they had, remember, you know, one of the things that's still big is the explosions we had in town.
Yeah.
And the guy who was, I guess, at Barnes & Noble, they wear hoodies.
Yeah.
If you have a camera coming from above and you're wearing a hoodie, nobody can see who you are.
Right.
This guy, maybe he's not really bald. Maybe that was his thing. Maybe he shaved his head. Maybe he was known with a head of hair when he was in Denver.
Oh, well, he should have put a wig on after he robbed the bank. Okay. Well, anyway, they caught him. He was at a U.S. bank.
The U.S. They're all U.S.
U.S.
banks.
Bank over on University Avenue.
Yeah. And you know why they let him rob it?
Why?
Because that's the one by the university. They said, thank goodness we haven't had anybody in here all summer.
Who would go in there?
Well, it's a kid who goes to school. He'd come put his parents' money in there and take it right out.
Mm.
He did the same thing. He took his money right out. He didn't bother to put it in. He just took it out.
Well, you know, this morning there was a rally downtown, I understand. You were there, weren't you?
Yeah, we both were.
At the Planned
Don't you remember?
I'm trying to remember.
It was at 9:30 at the Brannigan.
The Brannigan Library downtown.
It's for Planned Parenthood, and it was one of the biggest crowds ever, because that's getting heated
It's in the
up.
news now these days, isn't it?
Because they're trying to make constitutional amendments or whatever to keep people from saying that a fetus is a person.
Well, apparently there's been some allegedly fraudulent videos being produced, it puts Planned Parenthood in a bad light.
Yes. They're saying that the only thing that Planned Parenthood does is take out fetuses and sell their parts. Well, we all know that fetuses don't have parts, they're just one big lump of fetus.
Well, it depends on what trimester.
What's a trimester? You mean how old they are?
Yes.
Oh, I would imagine the trimester is just a rough estimate because they are so teeny in their trimesters.
There's 3 trimesters.
Well, that's why they're called trimesters.
Yes.
What
Of
happens
3
if,
months.
What happens if they stay past their 3rd trimester?
Well, then they're called infants.
Oh, they're grown-ups then.
No.
Or they're a child. They're
They're
an actual
newborns.
child. After their 3rd trimester, they're actually grown up. They're a human.
Yes, they're in
They're
swaddling
a full
clothes.
human, not like frog embryos. You know, you can't, in the initial stages, you can't tell a frog embryo from a human embryo.
They both look like tadpoles.
Tadpoles, and they're pretty much doing the same thing, swimming around in a pond.
Anyway, now we're talking about history because that's already over with. So don't bother to go down there; it's over with.
Unless something happened there that we don't know about.
That's true. That could
We
easily
don't
have happened.
know. It could happen.
We had to leave early.
Yes, we couldn't
to do
stay
this show.
forever. But at the Brannigan, they also do the Roe v. Wade rally.
They do?
Yes.
Every year, yeah.
Yes.
Right.
So that's Planned Parenthood for you. They're not just. How do we get into Hillary?
I don't know.
Are you trying to say something? Sometimes the producer makes political comments.
He likes to.
He says Hillary.
Well,
is,
he always likes to put up the person he's going to vote for.
Are we still on Planned Parenthood?
Yeah.
No. Was Hillary right after that? What's next?
No. We're talking about
We
this
have
weekend.
a minute.
There's
There's some things going on
There's
this
a
weekend.
theater
we wanna
going
talk
on.
about.
A big fat gay wedding is going on at the downtown.
Teddy Sanchez in there. He's pretty funny. The guy who comes in, I forgot his name.
At the Las Cruces Community Theater.
He plays the priest or the guy who is a planner. He's awesome. He's really funny. There's some good stuff in there.
It's the final
Autumn
weekend.
Dean is there. It's
Also-
also first weekend. The second weekend of Bob is this
Bob,
weekend.
A Life in 5 Acts.
Supposed to be very funny. I think Seal Herman directed it.
Yes,
She
yes.
usually does.
We haven't seen
pretty
that
good job.
show yet.
We haven't seen it. We'll probably see it either tonight or next week.
We will. And
Yes, we will. And what else is happening? We both went to see the comedy show on Thursday. Remember that? Wasn't
what
that
a
great?
riot.
Oh, we loved it. And you get a free drink.
And tomorrow is Music in the Park at Young Park.
I think
Sunday.
it's the last night for Music in the Park is Sunday. We love doing it. Not Mark and I, but I love doing it
With your wife.
a bunch of people. Yes,
Yes.
and other people. And you bring your picnic. You sit there in those funny seats that people have when they think they're camping, and you just sit there because there's not much else because you can't get out of those seats. So go tomorrow. Music in the Park. It should be good. Are you coming in to tell us the show's over?
It's time to wrap it up. Thanks
Are
for
we
joining
wrapping
us. We're done, Michael.
Did he stick a finger out? Which
Uh-oh.
finger did he stick out? I don't know.
And
It might be out there.
so we'll be back next week right here, Channel 98, the Las Cruces channel, another episode of Double Talk.